Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at stories from r/Tales from the Front Desk, where people who work at hotels tell us their funniest, best and most interesting stories. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax and enjoy some Tales from the Front Desk. Her property, his problem. This isn't the first issue I've had, but I figured it would make for a pretty okay first post to Reddit. DW, distressed wife, CH, cheating husband, OW, other woman, and me. It's my first shift alone at a newly opened hotel location. It's Valentine's night and we're not surprisingly empty. Maybe a 35% occupancy max. There's a crap ton of couples night things going on around town, and my shift quite literally is about to end. In walks distressed wife. Hi ma'am. My name is DW. I need the key to my room. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem, ma'am. May I see your ID card? She eagerly hands me an ID, and I quickly search it in the system. There's no reservation under her name for this location. I figure if I search by property, we can find her easier since we recently switched from the LTI system to Our Guest. And Our Guest allows us to search by property now. No luck. Ma'am? I ask. I can't seem to find your reservation. Is there a chance you made it for the wrong day? No way! My husband made the reservation and he checked in 4 hours ago because I was still at work. I look down at my screen and see a man's name in the system for our location. The first and last names check out. However, the female name attached as an authorized guest isn't the woman standing before me. It's the other woman, isn't it? My eyes make contact with hers, and I can feel my heart sink as her eyes fill with tears. She immediately falls to the floor, sobbing intensely, and I'm unsure as to what to do. Though I had more than 10 years of customer service experience, it had not prepared me for this. Never had I been exposed to this kind of situation. We've been together for more than 13 years. We have 5 kids together. What do I tell them? My heart breaks as the professional in me wants to tell her to leave, but the human in me just wants to console her. I come out from behind the desk and meet her on the floor. She's so broken and gasping for air that I'm starting to get emotional myself. It felt like I was watching my dad walking out on my mum so many years ago, and the human in me rushed over and just held her. I know a lot of hotel personnel discourage this, but it just felt like the right thing to do. She calms down after about 5 minutes and proceeds to tell me that she and her cheating husband share bank accounts, and that she flew to Texas all the way from Florida to follow him because he said he was meeting someone to find a breathing apparatus for one of their sick kids at home. She then asks if I can call the room that cheating husband is in because it's an emergency. I told her I would only call the room if she promised to stay seated in front of me at the desk. She follows directions and I make the call. I called 7 times before she asks me if I can knock on the door. I am the only person on the property until night audit arrives, and we were pretty slow, so I obliged. As promised, she stays seated the entire time. I even check the cameras when I come back down. Sure enough, DW hasn't moved from the chair she's seated in. Ma'am, cheating husband has a do not disturb placard placed, so legally I cannot enter the room. The look on her face was less distressed and more like a woman whose soul had finally had enough. Fine then. The force behind those 2 words sent an unimaginable shiver up my spine. She walked out of the front door and into the parking lot. About 45 minutes pass and all is quiet. I'm due to clock out in about 10 minutes when DW comes storming back into the lobby. Miss, I have the master key to my car. Here's my VIN number, proof of insurance and title. Can I take my car with me? She's showing me documents that prove that the sparkling white BMW with electric green rims out front belongs to her. I tell her that if she's got the master key and proof that the vehicle is hers, I can't tell her no. She happily takes her things and hops into the car and drives away. She even honks her horn, waving excitedly out the window as she passes by the desk area to grab my attention. I wave back and give a smile too. As I'm counting the draw to end my shift, we get a phone call from DW. I didn't really want to take the call because I was already 30 minutes late clocking off because of the written statement I had to leave behind for the MOD for the following day, and I had to be back at 6:30 AM. Turnaround shifts were pretty frequent. I know my husband won't answer the phone, so just leave him a message letting him know that his bank card has been reported as stolen, that I'm leaving him, and that if he would like to come home, he can walk there because his vehicle belongs to me. She seemed to be in a much happier place. I tell him I would let him know, and wished her all the best. I ended up being sick the following day, so my MOD messages me the details that followed. Apparently, cheating husband and other woman had to not only get Ubers, but they had to use the other woman's cash to get bus tickets back to Florida because DW froze all the credit and debit cards. He drove all the way to Texas in her car, and I did the right thing by letting her take it. Even the local police department told him his name wasn't on the vehicle, and since it was her name, she had every right to repossess it from him. The distressed wife actually frequents the hotel. She is happily remarried and her kids are all well and healthy. Cheating husband has not come back, and it's unknown if other woman is still around. Update for clarity. The breathing apparatus is called a nebulizer? It's a portable breathing machine about the size of a cooler, and some can cost upwards of $3,000. The youngest of the 5 children was, and still does, travel with an oxygen tank. They also bring the nebulizer with them when travelling in case of emergencies. Cheating husband is no longer in the picture. The last time they made contact was for the eldest daughter's high school graduation, which he declined to attend. Turns out, other woman was also married, and wasn't going to leave her current husband for cheating husband. The new husband is exactly what this family deserves. No drama, just genuine love for a family that deserves it. That's some R/responsible revenge right there. Using the luggage cart for that? Our house had some mold issues and was being noisily fixed. We checked into a local inn where people reside during such times. The repairs took an extra day, so we had to make last-minute preparations for the extra 24 hours. Our old Labrador had stayed at the vet for the first 5 nights, but came to the hotel with us the last night. Yep, I paid the $100 non-refundable pet fee. After our dog had walked to the end of the hallway to go outside and potty several times, he was really struggling. He has arthritis and hip dysplasia. I tried to carry him, but at 100 pounds, I couldn't do it. As he limped down the hall, I caught a glimpse of the lobby, with the luggage carts. I thought, might work. I had Pup stay and ran and grabbed a cart. He seemed to know exactly what I had in mind. He put his front paws on the cart while I hoisted his back end up. I wheeled him outside, got him off the cart, let him pee, hoisted him up, returned him to the room and took the cart back. Yeah, I checked for mud. Any time he had to potty that night, I made a dash for the cart. The front desk folk were laughing, as was I. Got some giggles out of other guests too. Thanks to all the FDAs who tolerate such nonsense. Is it just me that really wants to see a video of that right now? That'd be so adorable. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Me, chugging coffee like there's no mañana, when a wild guest appears. Good morning, sir. How may I help you today? Can I get extra trash bags? I have a lot of trash that I need to throw away. For context, our trash bags come like produce bags, where they are all connected but perforated at the end of each one. I always give out multiple so guests will have extra on hand. Of course, sir. Here are a few bags so you can store some in your room. I'm going to leave them connected to one another so they don't fly everywhere if you drop them. Thanks. He walks off. 5 minutes later, he comes storming back into the office. The bags are all partially opened, but stop where they are still connected. The guest throws the bags at me. These don't open all the way. Me separates the bags and opens them. Oh, well, they're still too small. I have a lot of trash. Would you like a few of our industrial-sized ones instead? The guest, chest heaving, but I don't know. So I grabbed a few and made a show of separating them in front of him and slightly opening each one for him so he doesn't have to come back and bother me again. If you'd like to leave the garbage by your door, I can have our cleaning team take them to the dumpster for you. The guest grumbles and walks out. I watch the cameras to make sure he goes back to his room, and sure enough, he drops the bags and they flew around everywhere while he's running after them. Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to see some other stories, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like on it and subscribe if you aren't already. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.